Got the new Axcel driver bow sight. Today I'm going to show you how to get this sight leveled up and set up to your bow. So first things first, you're going to need a 16th Allen wrench, a 9/64 Allen wrench, and then also a sight level. These Hamskea levels are awesome. Then also maybe another level, just because this sight comes as two individual pieces, and instead of being exactly square, this one is actually set up so you can rotate it to however you want it. I'm going to set it up just like other sights on the market that are locked in place. I just find that that seems to work for me, so I'm just going to set it up that exact same way. And if I need to change things later, it's pretty easy to do, and you can just rotate the scope housing to however you like it. So the one nice thing about this sight is it's got a nice way to grab a hold of it, so you can easily mount it by hand, but then you can tighten it up with an Allen wrench to make sure it's locked in place. So this is the Pikatini Mount. The other ones are going to be just a little bit different, but same kind of thing. You just got to mount it onto your bow. Have the Pikatini Mount, make sure you go into one of these two slots. I personally like to go into the bottom slot. And you can feel that it's locked in when you can't raise it up and down. And then this little bracket just slides right over the dovetail mount. Hand tighten it, and then like I said, a 9/64. Oop. I was wrong. I guess you need a 5/32 to lock the mounting screw in. So now it is locked in place, set up to my bow. You'll also need a string level or some way to level up your bow. You also want a string level or some way to level up your bow. I personally like to set my sights to my string. So I've got this string level here. Go ahead and get it leveled up perfectly. And the bow vices are really nice for that. So now I'm level both ways on my string. Now I can check the rail to see if it is level to my bow. So as you can see, the level is just touching the left line, and the sight scope level is the exact same. So those two are locked into place on this sight. Your first and second axis are locked together onto this bow sight. So if you have your level onto the rail, you want to make sure that those two are matching each other, because they are locked together and you cannot adjust each one individually. Which that is a good sign that they are both reading the exact same way. So now I just need to adjust my first and second axis. Before I get my first and second axis set, I'm going to go ahead and get the scope housing level to my string. This is where a small level where you can just level the scope housing up to get the tilt just right will come into play. So that's what the other level is for. What I like to do is just make sure I line up the center of my bow strings to the center of my pins, and that'll get you pretty close for left and right of where you need to be. So once you slide your sight in and out, you can micro adjust it, but if you can get it close, it's going to help you in the long run. Now I'm just going to take my level and set it right straight on the scope housing and get it leveled up this way to your eye. So with this, most scopes are touching this left line on this level. I just checked the other ones I had, and so I'm just going to do the exact same thing with that. And there's one screw right on the top. You just tighten that down. So there's this one screw right here, and that locks your sight rail in place. So just go ahead and tighten that up, and that locks your sight. You're going to take your 9/64 Allen wrench, and you're going to loosen up this bottom rail screw. And then you'll take a 1/16 inch Allen wrench, and there's this silver screw right here, and that is going to be your rail adjustment. That one looks good, and the scope housing looks really nice and level too. My string is still level, string's nice and level, sight's level, and the rail's level, which I said the biggest thing you're going to pay attention to is actually going to be your scope level, because the first and second are locked together. Alright, now my first and second axis are set. That is locked back in place. I'm good to go there. Now what I'm going to do is set my third axis, and this is just going to be relatively close. You can also put in the Hamskea level and put it to a door jamb, draw it back, and check your sight level that way. Or I will put a video link in the description of exactly how you can shoot in your third axis and get it set up the exact way you should, because on your third axis you're going to actually have a little torque in your hand, and that is going to adjust how you are holding the bow uphill and downhill, and it'll be set up just for you. So I recommend you shoot in your third axis. I'm just going to go ahead and tilt the bow up and down and just double check that my sight is level. But there are 2 screws here, and you're just going to move your sight in or out to adjust that. So right now I will go ahead and tilt the bow down. And get my third axis pretty close. It's actually set really close already, so I might not even change it. It's off just a little bit. Well, actually, so from the factory, this side is pretty dang close set up for third axis, and it's close enough that when I go in to shoot, it's going to be really close. There are these 2 screws up on top here. You'll loosen that, and you'll just put your sight in or out, and that'll help you adjust your third axis. Third axis came set pretty close right out of the factory, but like I said, you're going to want to shoot the third axis in, because it's going to take into account your hand torque onto that bow. And everybody's torque is a little bit different, so that's why it's really important to sight in your third axis. Check out my video in the description below on how to set your third axis the proper way. I really appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. I hope this helps you get this sight set up and leveled to your bow. I will be doing a full detailed video of this sight on how to fully set it up, pick out a sight tape, and get all of your pins sighted in correctly. So be sure to check back and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss that video. I really appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. I really hope you found it helpful. If you did, please subscribe to my channel. It really helps me get out there and help more people. As always, good luck out there and stay hidden.